Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith. Welcome to the Grow Tent, everybody. You have found the best growing channel on YouTube, man. The place where we simplify the approach for you so everyone can learn how to grow. We make it so simple, even I can understand. So I'm going to listen and learn right now.
Woo! What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Grow Tent. We got a different kind of episode for you today. We had a request come in if I could make a video about talking about starting a plant-based YouTube channel. And I said, heck, I've never made one before. I might as well. So that's what we got today. If it doesn't interest you, I completely understand. But if you want to kind of see how the ins and outs of some of these things work, that's what today's video is going to be about. So, but as always, first we got to do the intro. Remember, guys, if you're looking for any way to help support the channel, you can do it on the Patreon, and you get access to one of the best Discords in the community. You get a direct link to me, and you get to see full-length plant videos still on a weekly basis now that I've been uploading. Matter of fact, another one drops tomorrow. We're doing making the two new bird seeds. We're doing cherry atomic sledgehammer and sour grape rock candy. What else we got? Remember to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. Helps out the channel a ton, and I can't stress that enough. It really, really does help when you hit that like button. Especially if you subscribe and turn on all notifications, that little bell icon. It doesn't work most of the time, but you know, it does help out the channel, even though they don't send you the notifications for us plant-based channels. So what else we got? If you ever want to see me mess around with tarantulas or snakes, you can find it on my other channel. Link's always in the video description below. Same with the Patreon. Oh man, I can't think of anything else. Oh yeah, the channel's sponsored by Mars Hydro. These are kind of the kind of things that we're going to have to talk about today with sponsorships and Patreons and guidelines and restrictions and all this other kind of stuff is what we're going to be diving into today. So let's stick around. I think I covered everything. I know I forgot some stuff because my intros are usually at least 1 minute longer than this. So I know I'm going to be like, as soon as I get done, I'm like, oh crap. Oh yeah, my Instagram. Check out my Instagram. You can still see my plants absolutely for free on my Instagram. Right here above my head. See it? Right there. Magic. All right, guys. Let's get today's episode started. I always clap every time I get done with like a sentence on my intro. I'm clapping. All right. Woo! All right, we're back. Had a small break in there. I had to do some regular job stuff. We got a bunch of people here. All showed up from one of the job sites, so I was out there talking to them, and my brother swung by, and mom popped into the office. So lots of busy time. So if you hear other noises and distractions outside, that's just some of the other employees that work here. Because I am actually at my real-time, full-time job right now. So, there went the clapping again. Always clapping. I have to put something. I never know what to do with my hands. All right, so today we're going to talk about starting a channel. And I didn't want to preference this and just say starting a YouTube channel, because if you're trying to start a plant channel, YouTube is not the friendliest place, as you can tell by the way I have to talk and the kind of words I can and can't say whenever I am making these videos. And we're going to talk about that more also in the censorship portion of the show, but that's a little bit further away. You know, whether you putting it on, I mean, some of these places I can't use, whether you're putting it on Twitch, on Instagram, on WT.com, I don't think I can actually say that without them hammering this video. And, or you're going to put on YouTube. YouTube is the biggest platform out of all the other platforms put together, TikTok, wherever you want to do your content at. YouTube is the fastest growing of any of them. That's why, even though we have tons of problems with the kind of censorship we get with our kind of channel, we still all put videos on this platform because YouTube has it is the biggest out of any of them, which is why we put up with all the kind of hoops we have to jump through for putting our kind of content on here. And I've said it before, if you create any kind of C-word content, you automatically have my respect whenever you do this because of all the hoops we have to jump through whenever we're doing this. I watch almost everybody's channels just because I want to give back into the community, which we have a fantastic community. As far as any of the other communities on YouTube, I don't know if there is another one that's, because a lot of the other communities are very toxic. I don't care if you're talking about Star Wars or whatever. You don't even want to get into politics. It's all very toxic. This is one of the few where, yeah, of course you're going to have some, mean comments in your comment section, but for the most part, this community is probably the best community that I've seen on any channel that there is. So it is a fun community to jump into, but it is definitely difficult, but you can do it. I mean, I freaking did it. Everybody can do it. You just have to watch the kind of content that you put out. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We're jumping into the end where I'm going to talk to, where I know I'm going to talk a ton about with this censorship part, because y'all know I'll be fighting it all the time. And but first of all, what are the kinds of things you're going to need? I mean, you can do it with just a phone. I'm actually talking to you on my broken phone right now because I don't have my camera with me and my nice mic set up. So that sometimes this mic on this phone goes in and out, but you don't need anything else than just your cell phone, because you can edit the videos. A lot of my editing in the beginning was all done on a phone. Now it's not. Now it's done on, I do it, I record it on cameras and mics and stuff like that, and then I put it on the computer and then do all the editing there, which is all something that I had to learn. But do you have to? No, you don't. Will you attract more people with the nice editing and camera shots and slide shots and panning shots and all that kind of stuff? Yes, you will. You will 100% attract more people with the nicer videos. But if you have a good looking garden, I think this is kind of where mine came from, because I had such a good looking garden that me shooting on my phone, it was basically just me holding the phone in one hand and talking with the other. And I was never even in the videos because I didn't have tripods. I had nothing. I just had my phone in my hand, and then I would talk and walk around my plants. And that's all I had. So you don't need to invest a ton of equipment to get your channel going. And that's another thing. If you're wanting to do this, if you're wanting to make a channel, don't just keep waiting. Oh, once I get this piece of equipment, or once it looks like this. That's the wrong way to go about it. The right way to go about it is just start making content. Because like everything, just like how we transplant all the time, like everything, the more of it you do, the better you'll get at it. And it's a lot of the, I'm going to jump ahead of myself again. I'm going to jump ahead into a different part, where I was going to talk about consistency, but that's another couple down. But for what you need, you can literally do this with just a phone. And on the other end, you can spend a ton of money and get, gimbals and nice cameras and lights and mics, which I have a bunch of that stuff now because I do streaming and all the different kinds of stuff. So you can go as crazy with it as you want, or you keep it simple and you can literally just do this on a phone. Today's camera phones are amazing, especially for like the iPhone, that new 13 Max. The camera on that thing is insane. So it's really, really nice camera, which can produce some very, very nice video. So next we're going to talk about where you should put your content. I kind of said earlier, there's no bigger growing platform than YouTube as far as getting your content out there, which is why we put up with the restrictions we do when we still upload to this site. Is because there is no better place where you can grow a channel and find an audience than YouTube, even with as restricted as it is. But there is, like we said, places like TikTok, Instagram, which has not been very friendly to us lately either. Facebook. Most people don't want to put it on Facebook though, because they don't want their friends and family knowing, I guess. You can put it on Facebook, TikTok, any of those kind of, Snapchat. You can put it wherever you want. Not very much Snapchat, but you can put it wherever you want. There's also WT.com. If you don't know what that is, send me an email, because I don't think I'm allowed to say it on here without getting in trouble, because they're kind of a competing kind of thing. You can put it on Vimeo, even though Vimeo does not have a very great audience. It's a good place to upload. So those are some of the different places you can put your content. But once again, YouTube, hands down. Twitch, I almost forgot Twitch. You can put it on all these different places, but none of them has the repeatability and the ability to go viral or have a video kind of get caught up in the algorithm and take off as YouTube does. Oh, hey, phone call coming in. Somebody else is going to have to get that. The next thing we're going to talk about is how to get your videos to start getting some traction. Because unfortunately, if you are not consistent with uploading, I don't care even if it's just your phone, your camera, you're making 2 to 3 minute videos, whatever, you need to upload constantly. If you think you're just going to do 1 video or 2 videos a month and your channel is going to take off and get caught up in the algorithm, it is never going to happen. Whenever I first started the channel, I was doing 2 or 3 videos every single week. I kind of took a lull in the break and only started uploading 1 video a week because I was just so disgusted with how much my videos were getting hammered by the AI algorithm and just knocking them down because I was still showing all my plants and stuff like that, and they were hammering me because of it. And it was getting such to the point where it was every time I'd upload a video and watch how bad it was doing, even though the garden looked great, I had my content was, I was having fun with it and all that kind of stuff. But to see all your work just get destroyed like that every single week was pretty rough. But your biggest thing, I'm always jumping ahead, your biggest thing is going to be consistency. You are going to have to upload and upload and upload and upload. Because whenever you're doing it like that, whenever you're constantly putting content, number one, you're getting better at it. You're getting better with your cameras, you're getting better with editing because you're spending a lot more time and everything putting that time into your videos and making content. And whenever you're constantly uploading, you have more of a chance of getting picked up into that algorithm, and that's the way you start getting your views and stuff out there. It's because more people are seeing your stuff because you're constantly putting out stuff. So the consistency is a big part. A lot of people don't realize that. They think, oh, I'll put a video out even once a week is like bare minimum, and it's still going to be a rough go. You think, oh, I'll put a video out once a week, I'll put a video out once a month, I'll put a video out every once in a while. It was never going to happen whenever you're not putting that much time into it. It's cool if you can do this for a job, but it is quite a bit of work. I like to tell people I have my regular job. I have YouTube, which is like responding to comments and then shooting videos, coming up with scripts, taking care of the plants, editing videos, talking to people on the Patreon, answering emails, doing consultations. It's probably 100 to 110 hours every single week between all the different facets of this, and then of course I still have my family on top of it. But it's almost gotten to the point where I could pretty much do this full time. It's just hard to leave the job that I'm sitting at right now because, I got healthcare and benefits and retirement and all that kind of stuff. But eventually it will get to the point where this job is costing me money that I could be putting into by not spending more time into my making content, which it's almost there right now because I'm stretched pretty thin, but that's way down the road for you guys and not at the beginning. So I've been doing this for a few years now. The next thing you got to talk about is why you were wanting to do this. For me, I really wanted to show, my why was I wanted to show people how hands-off you could be with their garden and still have amazing results. That was my why. My why wasn't I wanted to get in here so I could never, go to work again. That was not, because that'd be a silly thing because it takes a long time to get these going. But that was my why. My why was I wanted to show people how easy they could take an approach to this, because everybody was always so stressed out about it, and so because they were getting so much different information, I wanted to show them an amazing garden and how hands-off I was really being with it, and how really rough and brutal you could treat these plants. You know, that's where this is Sparta came from. How rough and brutal you could treat these plants, and still they'd still come out amazingly whenever you weren't killing them. So that was my why, or you know, why I wanted to start this channel, was that's what I want to do. And then who do you want to be whenever you're on your channel? Because you don't have to just be you. Like, you know, you've seen Ricky GT come out. He's splashed in from time to time. That's kind of like my alternate, you know, personality. Is old Ricky GT. So if I just got on here and was very monotone and talked real slow, and I wouldn't attract near the amount of new people as, you know, like my woo and all that kind of stuff. While some people don't like it, the fact of the matter is, if you energize yourself and your personality and that kind of stuff, you will attract more viewers, rather than if I just got on here and slowly talk to you guys about this stuff, which some of it can be really boring already. So if I was boring on top of it, I imagine it'd make it even worse. The main question that I probably get with starting a channel is, well, how long before you can start making money? Well, it's a couple of different things as it can be. If you're talking about strictly turning ads on YouTube, number one, you are never going to be able to show your plants, because if you show 1 second of your plants, that is over. It is off the table whether you can monetize your channel or not. Well, at least monetize that video. And you know, the more videos you're making that have plants in them, the less, you know, the less videos you can monetize. And whenever you show plants, it kicks your channel back out of the algorithm, because they'll age restrict that content, and it starts carrying everything. So if you put a lot of that out where you're age restricting, your views are constantly going down. And I get a lot of people, they're like, well, you know, why did you stop showing your plants? I'm like, hey, listen, you can still see them for free, absolutely free, on Instagram. I'll upload stories and pictures and stuff almost daily over on Instagram, absolutely free. If you don't remember where it was, go back to the beginning of the video. You're like, oh dang, GT, I didn't know you're doing all that on Instagram, and go follow me. I put that link up, not a link, but I showed you what the name of it was at the beginning of the video, so make sure you go check that out. Also, if you're talking about turning ads on, you need a minimum of 1,000 subscribers, and you need 4,000 watch hours. So people have to watch you talking for 4,000 hours. It doesn't, you know, it sounds a little crazy, but it does take a minute to get there. So does the 1,000 subs. The first 200 subs are generally your hardest if you're getting them naturally, not like have somebody say, hey, go follow this channel. Those first 200 are really tough. And if you get there organically without anybody pumping your channel up, if you get there organically, once you get past that 200 mark, to get to 1,000 usually goes pretty quick. But if you have somebody pump your channel and that's how you get to your first 200, it doesn't quite work the same as when you get them organically. It took me, oh man, I would say probably 6 to 8 months doing 2 to 3 videos a day to get my first 200 subs, and then I got up to 1,000 in the next month. So, you know, once you kind of start getting that traction, it'll take off from there. But YouTube, the ad program, is not the only way you can monetize your channel. You can start things like Patreon, which is what most of our C-word friends, plant friends, do, is we start Patreons, because Patreon is a separate entity where people can join and come hang out with you. It does really cool things. You have a thing where you can message that person directly. I put up videos where I still do full video grow videos on there, and you know, it's a way to where you can kind of separate yourself from YouTube, because like in 2018 they deleted everybody's channel, just gone, all your hard work, and if you had all your eggs in just that basket, everything vanished overnight. If that's where you were making money, is from your ads, your paycheck was gone. If you didn't have another job, now that income was completely gone. And it's one of the reasons we diversify onto a bunch of different platforms now. But you can do stuff like merch. Once you have an audience, people usually start asking you for merch. That's how it was with my channel. I was kind of browbeat into it because people wanted people wanted merch, but it is, I do all the merch myself, because a lot of people will do Teespring, and they have way more options now with Teespring as far as t-shirts and materials and quality than they did in the past. And in the past, I was not very happy with the kind of merch that they had with like the actual material. And so I just started doing it all myself. I have these all printed. I do all the shipping, everything myself. All the tent slaps you can see on the table behind me. I got shipping boxes, and I got tent slaps and envelopes and just a bunch of shipping stuff all over there. We got boxes of other stuff. And then I got a whole rack over here of just t-shirts of the different styles and stuff like that. And so merch is another way you can do it. It is a big pain in the butt though, because like they were dealing with sizes and I'm constantly designing tent slaps and stuff like that. So it is a big pain in the butt. But the last thing I kind of want to talk about is censorship, because it's a big one. The censorship when you're trying to talk about these plants is a tough situation. And like I said earlier, if you start showing your plants, it takes you, even if you were up in the pulled up the algorithm right there and you just do one video, it starts declining your channel, and then you have to do a bunch to get it back up to where it was. But you can still show plants. But like, since I stopped showing them, the channel views have gone up 138%. And it's because YouTube's grabbing my videos and pulling them up into the algorithm again, instead of hitting them with an age restriction, and where only like 20% of my audience ever even gets to see them. But if you want to see them, you can still see them for free over on Instagram, or you can watch full videos with them over on Patreon. So it's not terrible, but they do kind of force your hand. With like Instagram has been really mean to us lately, and like Koala Puff's got her channel deleted, and she had a freaking blue check mark, and hers got deleted. 420 Scene got his deleted. There's been a bunch of people, and what I really want to, Medgrower 1, he's been, having all kinds of his channels deleted, and they had like 50,000-60,000 subs. Koala Puffs had like 600,000 subscribers over there, and they just deleted it. And what I equate it to is the smoking on lives, which is why you never ever see me smoke on the videos. That's what happened in 2018. They can start giving out strikes and stuff if they saw you smoking, and that's what I'm equating the deletions to on the Instagram. It's just the smoking part, because as soon as you do that, I think they kind of can, like, they have a chip on you as far as being an educational channel, because that's kind of like our saving grace. Is if we bring ourselves as an educational channel, this is all fine. But the second we start leaning away from education, that's whenever they'll hammer us, and that's kind of where they get their ammunition for deletion. Twitch is pretty friendly with it. So Twitch is kind of like, yeah, turn on your adult content whatever warning, and you can do pretty much whatever you want. So Twitch is a pretty fantastic place. Not a great place to grow an audience, though. It's a great place if you already have an audience to bring them to, but it's not a great place to grow it, because it's pretty much the same people get stuck on the front page every single day. So, but in wrapping everything up, can you do this? Absolutely. It just takes time and effort. It's not just like, hey, I throw 10 seconds together and I'm good to go and it's going to take off. It's generally not the way it works. Generally, whatever you put your attention to and focus on, it comes out in the end. So, can you do it? Of course. And I mean, I did it. Everybody can do it. But I appreciate all you guys that hang out with me and watch these kind of videos and stuff like that. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.